Head coach Marlon LeBlanc, just about 1 month out to the 2024 MLS NEXT Pro season. How are you feeling?
Feeling good about our group. We've been at this for about 4.5 weeks now or so, but we're looking forward to it. We're always looking forward to the next MLS NEXT Pro season. I think we have a lot to be excited about as well.
So you're down here in Clearwater for preseason and you're back home training as well. What have you seen from the guys so far?
Yeah, just a real commitment from the group. You know, our group, we have a model that's unlike anybody else's in MLS, and our guys really embrace that. Our model and our philosophy is bought into from the top down, and so it makes for a real good commitment and a real fun energy group every time they get an opportunity to be with us.
Are there any emerging leaders in the group that are helping the younger guys transition into this high level of play?
Yeah, it's a funny question because our emerging leaders are teenagers a lot of the times. But yeah, you know, we've got some steady older players like a Kyle Tucker who is a seasoned Union 2 player now, and he's a fantastic role model and older head for some of our young guys. But you throw in guys like Frankie Westfield, who's also just a teenager, but he's been with our group for 3 years now, and the CJ Olneys who have gotten a taste with Jimmy in the first team and has learned quite a bit being with their group for the better part of most of this preseason. I think we are a leadership by committee kind of group, and with a young team, we really certainly empower them to be the leaders of the team.
And then how about those young guys on the other end of that? Is there anyone that's really taking on this challenge in stride?
Yeah. Again, young is really relative, right? But obviously, we've given opportunities to some of our young guys in the U17, 6 or 7 of them have come up, and obviously the one that most people have talked about has been young Kevin Sullivan, and he's embraced the challenge, and he's been fantastic with our group also. The Sal Olivas of the world, who's really now heading into his first true year as a full professional. Andy Rick continues to be a young player who we depend on, so a number of young players that have embraced the challenge and have done really well with it.
And then going into this season, what do you think will be the strong suit? I know you don't have a full squad yet, but what do you think will be the area of strength for your group? Yeah,
I think because we have this philosophy of building from within and our foundation being our academy, our ability to kind of seamlessly bring guys in and out of our team is a strength. We all know how we want to play because it is driven from Jim in the first team and into the second team and into the academy, that we have a philosophy and a foundation that everybody knows. We all know what the principles are, and being on the same page when you have that kind of movement is a real strength. So we know how we want to attack, we know how we want to defend, and we know how we want to transition. Being able to kind of have that as a solid foundation and a starting point for the group really allows us to get things going pretty quickly.
And what are the conversations like with some of those more consistent players about getting used to different teammates coming in and off the team for various reasons?
Yeah, I think that's the part that I have to manage with the group. I'm really blessed that I have an incredibly talented team. They're always committed to wanting to do well for the club first and foremost, so that makes it easy, even in a highly competitive atmosphere like we have, because they are competing with each other on a daily basis. Everybody wants to make it to the first team and wants to be playing alongside Jacob and Jack and all those top guys up there, right? But they also understand that there's a process, and we love the fact that these guys are just super talented. It makes my job easier, and I'm blessed that I've got Jim's support along the way as well.
What about an area of growth for this group?
I'm pretty much on record talking about winning is secondary to our development process here, but we still win too, and we've been to the playoffs. I think I'd like to see us continue to keep development at the forefront. The idea is that we are producing players for the first team. We're giving first team guys an opportunity to continue to get better and to develop. But also, can we maybe take the next step as a team that's going to go and compete for trophies? And I think that is also the second biggest motivating factor for these guys, right? And I think it's 1A and 1B. They want to be first team players, but they also want to win. I'd love to see this group take another step as far as getting to the playoffs again for the 3rd year in a row. One of only a few clubs that have done that in all of MLS NEXT Pro, and hopefully advancing this year a little bit as well.
Like you mentioned, a lot of first team players might be coming down to play with Union 2, and that's really important in a year where the first team will be really leaning on their depth. What are you going to do to help those players get ready for when their name might be called upon come the midway through the season?
Yeah, I think my biggest job is to support them and to support them in a role that they're going to have with Jim and with the first team. So, you know, the Jack McGlynn's, the Quinn Sullivans started with us. Jesus Bueno was with us 2 years ago, and what a breakout season he had last year. You know, my job is to continue to be someone that's there to support them, to create an environment that they want to be in.
So the schedule is officially out. Have you had a chance to look at it, and is there any matches that you're a little more excited for than others?
Yeah, I think we open up with Toronto FC, and that's the only thing that is really on my mind. And actually, they're not even on my mind right now as we kind of go through the preseason schedule. I think all the games are exciting in Next Pro. You never know what you're going to get. You know, you could walk out and you could see some really top players that you'd expect to maybe be starting in their first teams when we get there. But I think each and every opponent is a challenge in this league. Everybody's really well coached. The commitment to the second team league in Next Pro has been fantastic from the league, and they've created an environment where the players get really excited to play. So every game in each of itself is a fun opportunity for us to go out and showcase what we do at the Union.
And speaking of players getting excited to play, there's some pretty cool news circulating this week about a Union 2 supporters group that has just come to fruition. How has that been, hearing about that?
Yeah, look, I thought that's awesome. The Bridge Brigade, right? I think that's what they call themselves. They have a lot of fun at Union 2 games. They give out free hugs for the players, especially the ones that are under 21, like a nice little.
For those who don't know, can you explain what a free hug is?
The hug drink, right? The really sugary drink that I'm sure our performance people don't love. They're really awesome, and I think you talk about, you know, the Sons of Ben and what they bring to Subaru Park and the stadium and the atmosphere that they do to support the first team. The second team is the future generation, right? And so for the fan base to want to support the second team and have this grassroots type of fandom and appreciation for the kids that are coming through, and to see them really at a really unique time in their career, right? To be able to say, I've seen that player, I saw that player when he was 15, 16, 17 years old and wore the jersey, and to have these avid supporters that will travel to games and be there each and every weekend, I think it's going to be a really cool experience for our players.
So last question, do you have a message for those fans on what they can expect from Union 2 this year?
Yeah, I think if anything, I know our group has and will continue to entertain them. If anything, we've got this young group of fearless players, and because they're fearless, I have to be fearless in giving them an opportunity to play, and we'll continue to do so. And so they'll see some of the next generation of players that will play in front of 16,000, 17,000 in that stadium, in front of some more smaller, intimate crowds. And they'll know that our guys will be brave enough, they'll be blue collar, and they'll represent the club hard every single time they go out.
That's so exciting, and good luck on your season coming up.
Thanks.